Good morning, guys. All right. Missed you guys already. Hope you're ready to jump into some science. Today, you're going to need your science book. If you were here Friday, we sent those home. If not, you can go online if you have access through Clever. And if you go to the science book, Unit 6, you can pull up this book. So we're going to be on page 204 today, and we're going to be reading all the way through to page 211. And basically today we're going to be looking at our vocabulary words for our science unit. So if you just want to flip on over to page 204, I'll give you a second and we're going to get started. All right, hopefully you're on those pages. So you can read with me. It says, staying alive. Life in the wild isn't easy. Animals must survive in the environment where they live. Their adaptations help them stay alive. An adaptation, notice how that's a bold word and it's highlighted, is any trait that helps a living thing survive. Animals that are hunted for food are called prey. Animals that hunt prey are called predators. Predators and prey have adaptations that help them catch food or avoid being eaten. Animals have other kinds of adaptations too. What animal is this? He looks like a funny looking horse. That's a horse. It has flat teeth. The flat teeth allow it to grind grass. So without flat teeth, this animal wouldn't be able to eat grass, which is its main source of food. That's what it needs to survive, so that's an adaptation. The tiger, look at those teeth. The tiger eats animals such as wild boar and deer. The tiger's sharp teeth help it tear meat. Now, we might not like the thought of it eating a little deer or a boar, but animals have to survive, and its sharp teeth helps it get the food that it needs in order to survive. All right, we're on the next page with the little bunnies. This is an Arctic hare, and it lives in the snow and ice. Less heat escapes from its small ears than from the larger ears of other hares. Its small ears help it stay warm in the cold. And the book doesn't mention this, but we talked about this during our Native American unit when we were looking at some of the animals. This Arctic hare actually turns brown in the summer, if that's what you could call summer, in the Arctic regions when the snow starts to melt. So think about, why might it turn brown in the summer? Well, we know that the snow's melting and it's a little bit more muddy. So having that brown fur is going to let it blend in with that environment. I think that's really cool how it can do that. And then when it is winter again, it goes back to having white fur, which helps it blend in with the snow and ice. Now let's look at this hare. He has big ears. So we looked at the hare above him. He has small ears to stay warm. So I'm wondering if big ears are going to help him stay cool. Let's read. The jackrabbit lives in the desert. Its long ears contain many tiny blood vessels that help remove heat from its body. This helps the jackrabbit keep cool in the heat. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, I want you to read the Guess Who to yourself, and I want you to answer number 1 and number 2 in your science journal. Then when you're ready, you can flip to the next slide. All right, here we go, guys. Flip your science book page to page 206, and you can click to the next screen. Let's get started. So the next thing we're going to look at is staying safe. So one thing that animals can do, we were just reading about how some of their body parts, like their teeth and their ears and their fur can help them. Now we're going to be looking at how they stay safe. So I'm thinking maybe they're trying to protect themselves against predators. Let's see what happens. You can read with me. Again, we're on page 206 now. Look out, it's a predator. Some adaptations help animals defend themselves without fighting. Defense adaptations may attack a predator's sense of sight. That means how they see. Smell, taste, touch, or hearing. A bad taste, a loud noise, or a a nasty odor is often enough to make a predator go away. So let's look at the porcupine. A porcupine raises its quills. It swings its tails. One good strike pokes the quill into the attacker's skin. Ow! So yes, this porcupine is using its skin to defend itself, and that's its adaptation. Let's look at the skunk. We probably all know how the skunk adapts. So let's read. The skunk spray has a bad odor. Even skunks dislike the smell they spray, and it burns their eyes. It's a powerful defense against predators. That's crazy that even they don't like the smell of their own stuff, but it's one way to keep your enemies away. And another day of not being eaten for these guys. All right, let's keep reading. We're on the next page looking at the caterpillar. This caterpillar eats milkweed. The milkweed makes the caterpillar taste bad to birds. The pattern of stripes on the caterpillar is a warning to birds. It tells the birds that they don't want to eat it. Anyway, that's kind of good for the bird and the caterpillar. All right, let's look at the lizard. The frilled lizard hisses with open jaws. Its frills open wide. It's a scary sight that frightens some predators away. I don't want to mess with that guy. So we looked at the porcupine and the way it has quills to protect itself. The porcupine's smell keeps people away. The caterpillar's taste keeps predators away. And the lizard, just the way he looks and the way he hisses, keeps predators away. So let's look at sound the alarm. Like pet dogs, prairie dogs bark when they sense danger. How does this adaptation help them survive? Well, think about it. Let's go back to page 206. It says, defense adaptations may attack a predator's sense of sight, smell, taste, touch, or hearing. So what sense is this prairie dog attacking? Is it attacking sight, smell, taste, touch, or hearing? So write that below, and then we're going to flip on over to the next slide, and we're going to turn our page. So I'll give you a few seconds to write that down, and then we'll move on to the next slide, and again, the next page. All right, here we go. We're looking at more adaptations of animals. So this time we're going to be looking at costumes, which we know that's just a fun way of saying camouflage. They're not really putting on camouflage. That's just how they were born. So let's see what they do. Now you see it. Now you don't. Now you see it, but it looks like something else. Some animals can hide without trying. These animals are hidden by their shapes, colors, or patterns. Such disguises are called camouflage. And I like how in parentheses, if I didn't know how to say that, I could read and break it apart by the way they have sounded it out. Camouflage. That's a good way when you're reading to use those text features to help you sound out words. Some harmless animals look a lot like animals that are harmful to predators or that taste bad. Since predators don't know which animal is harmful, neither animal gets eaten. Imitating that looks Imitating the look of another animal is called mimicry. Look at the color of this snow leopard's fur. Look at its spots. Its camouflage helps it blend into the background of snow and rocks. This helps it sneak up on prey. And it's really cool. Scientists try to study these leopards, and they have a really hard time finding them because they blend in so well. It's actually kind of funny. All right, let's look at the next part. This orchid manatee is the same, orchid mantis is the same color as the flower it's sitting on. The insect is perfectly camouflaged. He's saying, I'm not getting eaten today. All right, let's look at the next page. These butterflies look very similar, but if we look at the arrows, one is pointing to a monarch butterfly, and the other one is pointing to a viceroy butterfly. So eating a monarch butterfly makes birds sick. Birds avoid eating them. The viceroy looks like the monarch, so birds leave them alone too. All right. This guy in the next one, he looks like a rock. So the frogfish can look like a rock or a sponge. It can look like algae. Animals try to rest on this rock. Others try to eat the algae. The frogfish traps and eats them. So I wouldn't even if I was swimming in the ocean, I wouldn't have realized that he was there. And so the animals, they just come up thinking it's a good place to rest, a good place to find dinner, and then they end up being dinner. So that's how he adapts. He blends into the rocks, and then it's easy dinner for him. All right, let's look at make it blend. I'm going to have you guys do this part. It says color the lizard so that it's hidden on the leaf. Well, we look at the leaf and we can tell that it's green with hints of yellow. So you can go ahead and blend the lizard. On the line below, identify whether this is camouflage or mimicry. So we want to go back to thinking about what does camouflage do and what does mimicry do. So mimicry is imitating or acting like another animal. Well, it doesn't look like this lizard is acting like a leaf. Let's look at camouflage though. It says camouflage is disguising, using a disguise such as shape, color, or pattern. Well, it looks like this lizard is camouflaging using color. So we would say that this lizard's adaptation is camouflage. Good, guys. Go ahead and write that down. And we're going to stop there because we really want to keep our lessons under 15 minutes for you guys. So tomorrow we're going to pick up and we're going to look at how plants adapt. And then we will continue on with our Georgia regions as well. So if you guys are just loving this animal stuff, which I totally do, you can go online. I like to when I was looking at teaching this unit, I like to go onto YouTube, and there's some really cool videos that show you different animals mimicking, camouflaging. It's really fun. If you remember the first lesson we did, I know it was a few weeks ago, but we looked at animals and we were trying to find the camouflaged animals. There's tons of videos like that. They're really, really fun. Check them out. Hope you guys enjoyed science today, and I hope you're getting plenty of stuff done, but you're also relaxing a little bit. And I will see you guys tomorrow.